What's going on, everybody? Brett Andrew Simmons here with Blathan Media, and this is Out of the Box Daily, where I'm going to give you daily hints, tips, and strategies to help you elevate your marketing in a socially responsible way. And today's feature actually comes from a question from one of our followers, Ivy. Ivy is a wedding celebrant, and I thought this is an awesome opportunity because nobody's getting married right now. You can't even get together. I don't even know. Is it even legal? Is it legal? Is it legal to? Can you get married? So so just a couple. That's horrible. And look, I can't imagine that anybody is actually going to be having weddings over Zoom or Skype anytime soon. So this one's for you, Ivy. Let's go to the board, and I'm going to give you a few tips and things that you can do to help bring your brand up. All right, everybody, I've got a couple of suggestions here, and especially for Ivy, if you're in this wedding celebrant type industry, and there's probably some transferability in some of this, I think with everything that everyone's doing right now, getting clients is not the aim of the game. The thing that we need to be focusing on, and we need to be doing it anyway, irrespective of whatever is happening in the industry and economy, but brand. It's the one thing that we can put all of our focus in, and if you continue to build it bit by bit, it will continue to bring you attention and your audience. And so I think that's where you really need to focus everything right now, is all into building brand. And I've come up with a couple of things that might just help you to get a little more exposure in your business. So first is content. Now, I'm not entirely sure of how much everybody's doing in terms of content right now. If you're a wedding celebrant, I know traditionally it's been a very one-to-one relationship with your clients, and really the focus has been around acquiring bookings. But think about this. The reason people are coming to you is for a bit of guidance. And so what I would be starting with in terms of trying to think about what type of content people really want to hear about is break down the process of actually enlisting your services. So what does the couple really want to know? What are their key questions? If you break it down from the minute they first have any kind of interaction with you, a phone call, an email, whatnot, every step that happens between then and you actually standing at the altar with them, what are those processes, and what are the areas where you get the most amount of questions? And start putting together some content around that, just like this. Like, there's no fancy lighting or anything or sound in here. This is purely iPhone, and so this is a great opportunity to use a lot of the features that we take for granted on our smartphones. Just point and shoot, and have some really good content. I'm sure that in the process of having a wedding celebrant, you'll find at least 5 to 10 topics that you can do a 3-minute video on. Start there. Second, promote those posts. The thing is that a lot of people are on social media right now, and a lot of people are trying to take advantage of the fact that everybody's at home and they're in self-isolation. Netflix has gone crazy. Facebook has gone bananas. Instagram, people are just living on it. There's a lot of attention in the social profiles right now, but the problem is you got to cut through all of the nonsense. So put a little money behind them and actually promote it, not to sell. So don't get confused about the selling aspect. This is really about driving information and value and things that your audience would really want to know. So promote it, and you don't need to spend a lot of money on this. Like, each one of your posts should be like $5 at the most. Second thing, video interviews. This one's actually really powerful. With regard to what you do in your day-to-day organization for events and things, if you're having interactions with the couples, venues, suppliers, other businesses that are going to be in their life as a result of their event, their wedding, see if you can't do some interviews with the owners and operators of these businesses, owners of venues, owners of food suppliers, caterers, and just bring to life what makes them special and unique. Because realistically, I think that weddings, nothing in human history has ever stopped a wedding from happening. In essence, no, people are going to continue to get married. Okay, once the whole coronavirus thing is done, and irrespective of how normal things return to, people are still going to get married. So you're in a little bit of a unique industry because your customers will come back, okay? Which means you're kind of sitting pretty as a wedding celebrant in general. But teeing up with some of these venue providers, they're closed doors. They really don't have a customer base right now. It's a good collaborative branding opportunity for both of you to really put some information and eyeballs from your prospective audience on who they are, what they do, what makes them special, some of the key services that they generally provide, which makes them a bit unique. So, focus on the unique factor. Third thing, Q&A sessions. What you might find is as you start to build an audience on social media or whatever your medium is, and I do suggest social media and YouTube. Massively YouTube right now. Social media is severely underpriced right now. So when we're talking about even promoting your posts, it's going to cost you hardly anything. But Q&A sessions are going to be awesome. Why don't you try going on live, like Facebook Live or YouTube on live, and actually just, if you give people enough notice from your social followings, say, hey, I'm going live, I'm going to be talking about this, this, and this, and if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them on the spot. We're going to do it for 30 minutes or 60 minutes, one day a week, at a time that's convenient, preferably the weekends. People even who are in self-isolation and are working will actually have more time. Do a session and Q&A session. And it will just, you're not, again, the aim is not to sell, it's really to drive information value. And what you're doing is you're positioning yourself as an authority in your area. It's also helping you to brand yourself as like the celebrity celebrant. And after a while, after there's enough of an audience and people start to see the information you're sharing, they're going to want to interact with you. So the ability to even book calls is a great one. It's not the end game, obviously, but right now, as you start to build your brand and you start to field more and more questions, people may want to have that interaction, that one-on-one discussion with you like you're normally used to. So having something that you can set up and just send people with some level of automation using something like Calendly or Schedule Once are great softwares to have a look at. I'll put some links down in the description of this so you can check them out. That will just help you to have some of this on autopilot a little bit so you don't have to continue to field your own, hey, how do I contact you type questions. So that's it. I think that will at least give you a couple of things to think about. Hopefully you find this helpful. Again, don't know how much of this you're doing already, but if for anybody who's watching actually wants to check out Ivy and if you're getting married and you're in the need for a celebrant, I'm going to put her details right here, okay? And if you don't see them right here because of the video format, check them out. They'll be in the description below. Hope you find this useful, everybody. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you on tomorrow's Out of the Box Daily. Hey, if you've got a question for Out of the Box Daily that you want answered, please just leave us a comment below. Subscribe to the video, hit that little bell notification as well if you want to be updated every single time that we launch a new video, which obviously is daily. So we'd love to see you next time around. If you've got any questions, thoughts, comments at all, leave them in the comments below. Love to hear from you. All the best. Take care. Be safe. Ciao.